as expected, Carrigan bringing it out as well. As we go to round number 11. So far so good for mousesports. They haven't given away a single gun round as of yet. Calls are being pitched perfect as we see another fast play towards outside, I think. Towards the top, 3 players committing, but Nico now fighting back this time.
Good shot, Oscar. It's the only entry. They're going to send Oscar instead. Last time they run boost him across. Oh, missed shot alley. He's been missing a few. He missed a few yesterday as well. Those are costly, especially when you're already down a man and don't have the utility to play with. You need to shut them down immediately.
Yeah, he hasn't looked best so far, but we'll see if he can recover here. Stays alive for now. Goes down to 49 HP. They've shown presence at Ivy and pushed Alu back as well. So what's the play here? Leaving Dennis towards that position. Lowell and Robs are investigating towards inside, deploying some smokes at this point as well. Trying to, like we said, deny those orbs. As the smokes go in, they could go for an outside play here. Oscar leading the charge up to Carrigan now to see if he can find the next pick.
Chris J all over top of Carrigan, but spotted out instead by Rain. Plays from Z connector. Keogh's going to try and work down ladder, but Rops waits for him. That causes problems because they were relying on him to catch off the players working in, and Carrigan gets passed by Oscar. He goes directly beside him as Carrigan pulls back, though. He finds the AWP. 2 seconds left, and already Rain is running. They'll find a second round in a row as we go 7-5. Something to get excited about, but not enough to be elated. They've got to stay focused and continue to pull this back.
They're only keeping 1 or 2 players alive in the rounds they're winning as well. mousesports have got money in bucket loads here, so they're absolutely fine. They can keep buying. They keep applying the pressure as well. They know that they're round to win. They managed to slightly give it away there. Carrigan pushing through the smoke. He actually bumped into Oscar a few times. I thought Oscar was aware as well. He turned around, spams his Tech 9, speculatively, I guess, but we go into round number 13, and that AWP is not saved over. They're going to scout instead for Alu. He hasn't been hitting shots with the AWP, or chance he got the scout at this point. 7-5 now. This would be a disaster if Faze lost this one. It would be a double reset for sure, and in the closing sectors, that's a nightmare. mousesports looking to win the half, potentially the game.
This is the peak again that they've been doing, intentionally throwing Oscar, if you will, in a way that he drops to see what's on the other side with the AWP instead of baiting out a shot. Didn't spot Carrigan, but still found the angle as Carrigan was shoulder peeking it. It's been a back and forth affair, I think, at Ivy, but mousesports seem to come out better for it most often.
Yeah, I would say that's absolutely true. Recovering. I think they're throwing the scout away. I'm not sure that's gone. I think Alu's just okay. Upgrading to an M4, that makes sense. And now towards Ivy we go. 3 players there, 2 towards inside as well. This is the backtrack play as well. We like this tactic. Nico's fighting back somewhat, but it's smoked off. Probably won't get more than one. The CT spawn player has to step up there as Kiyoshima can't get anything going. Dennis has been hitting some decent shots so far. Oscar chimes in as well. That should be the round, but Rain's still there in the connector.
Connector's both as perfect a position as you'd like right now because Oscar does that bomb towards CT.
Smoked off though.
He is smoked off, but he's still going close side to it rather than, okay, gets inside the train. I was going to say the far side. And he'll make it up for the plant. Rain now knows it. No kit. Great awareness as well, by the way, on Oscar to turn back and catch Nico, who'd already sprayed down one player, Dennis, I believe it was, through the smoke. Actually, I take that back, I think it was Chris J, and then pushed it. Had they not done that, had Keogh even slowed them slightly more, he might have been able to get a double to make up for Keogh's miss, but they read it. Rain runs, grabs an AK on the way out, swaps over from an M4, and he'll just do his best to save, head toward T-spawn. Lowell's not going to beat him there, though, so he's going to have to go dumpster.
I'm going to get dumpstered here. Unfortunately, he gets taken down. Lowell finds him, and that's one of my favourite strategies on train on the T side. We don't really see it enough, I think. I think it's so fantastic to work with. Faze will call a timeout, but that, just to break that down a little bit, the fact is you go for that first pick, which they get amazingly well. They know the money's low as well. Smoking towards the right-hand side of Ivy instead of the left. Instead of focusing towards that outside area, they're going towards CT spawn, the backtracks we call it, and they've got 2 players running towards the lower ramp as well, applying pressure, knowing Kiyoshima is going to be there by himself, and how can he defend that? He rotates to CT spawn, he goes to that battle, but Dennis blows his head off, and that's the round done for. Rain did what he could, but stuck in the connector, smoked out, 3 versus 1, and now Faze. I said they had the double eco there, so they're going to have a chance, but they're going all in. That's the other option as well. You can either just take a full eco here and try and buy for the next round, or you try and do what you can with these pistols. They've taken the timeout, 5.7s, P250, CZs. a little bit of utility, mainly HEs. I would speculate right now, Matt, they throw 4 HE grenades at the main entrance right now. They're going to dump those and try and get a pick. I'd say that's almost guaranteed. We'll have a look. Follow those HE grenades.
Fire in the hole. Throwing grenade.
There they go, 3 of them. In towards main entrance. Ah, nice shots, cameraman. I like that. No damage inflicted though, unfortunately.
Better than the 4th of July fireworks, some might say.
Yeah, quite possibly. Do you have any fireworks in Canada today?
Yeah, we do, usually. I wasn't there.
I know.
This year was the 150th, so it was rather big. No wait, though. Patience for mousesports. Oscar just hoping someone's inside of him in. He's put about a body width between each shot, so no matter where they were standing, he might catch one off. They are slowly going in that direction. As you said, all in from Faze. Dennis starts the entry point. Good shot, Nico. Headshot on the P250. No one to trade it. Gun is down. It's tempting. Chris is going to try and hold it. They push in. Both walk in and somehow get away with it. On top of that, Rain's found a kill on Lowell, so we're not out of the woods just yet as Oscar's suddenly in a 1 versus 3 AWP. The all-in play might work. He will get them back with a Molotov. 2 players from Pop Dog, but Rain goes directly through it. Rain versus the Flames, doesn't quite douse them, but still gets the kill.
Yeah, good round there from Faze. And once again, mousesports losing kills with those pistols without refract potential. CLMBT doesn't look too happy about that situation. Almost a facepalm that. But he knew they had nothing. They had no money to work with. Where was the defaults? He was so good at them before. Overextending that. It's a really poor kill, I have to say, from mousesports generally, but nice work from Faze. Well, actually limited mousesports somewhat going to the final round of the first half here. It's 8-6 current scoreline. A victory for mousesports on the tee off so far, but getting 9 would be amazing. Orb comes out, but only a tech 9 for Dennis. Similar story for Rops on the SMG. A full buy for Faze, they've recovered. That can be an absolute disaster, but the gamble pays off with that investment. The 5.7s of PT50s, now up to Kiyoshima. Pushing up a ramp here, can hear footsteps on the other side, so it's a full back. See. Not the greatest of half in for Faze. Remember, they won the pistol as well, Matt. They got the 3-0, and they've only got 6 rounds so far on the CT side.
Not something you see from Faze commonly. And for a team that's been building for years, you could say. I mean, G2, Kingwin did have a run at Cluj-Napoca, but that was a very different lineup. And this team's been building. Kerrigan's got his puzzle basically pieced together. Excellent string of results. Failure at this event of all, after how well things have gone early on, is unacceptable. Going down 0-2 is also unacceptable. As you say, chance to go for 9 for mousesports. Alu, WP can't quite see through the smoke from just the Molotovs. Switches the guns at the wrong time, but a small angle for Lowell still makes it work, followed by Rain. Good trade back, better hold from Oscar. Just before the smoke was deployed as well, so they've got post plant covered with a man advantage. It's in default. There's no Molotovs, and a good kill from Nico on Dennis means they can get closer. They do, however, have the high ground. Kerrigan's on 20. He's gone to the AK. He'll get on it immediately. Quick tap, rather, to try and pull them out and see where they are. Smart that he taps it as well, because Nade would have killed him. He stays on 8. Nico holds the first shot, still looking at the high ground. Nico steps up, better late than never, and they'll go 8-7, so at least pulling something back in the half.
Yeah, wasn't the best half from Faze Clan there, but towards the end much better. The last 5, they got 4 of them, so not all was lost. Great half from mousesports generally, after losing the pistol as well. Having a string of 6, I think actually 7 rounds in a row in the mid stages there, so that was very, very good from them. Controlling the money of Faze every round they won, they would shut it down, and Faze looked out of their depth of points as well, especially the likes of Alu. He seemed almost non-existent in the stage as well. Kiyoshima as well, it's a bit more forgiving for him. He's playing anchor, the bomb site, lots of rotations towards outside. But Alu, he gets, what, like 9 frags? Sure, that sounds okay, but for him, on an AWP map, you feel like he should be posting big numbers there. Haven't seen too much from him yet, but still, win the pistol right back into this one phase. On the T side now, 3 sets of armor, 2 smokes and a Molotov. That suggests they will go inside indeed. Smoke towards that lower ramp, maybe towards upper as well. Molotov the connector. And we'll see where that comes in. Actually opting for Pop Dog here. A fast outside split as well, it seems as well. We'll get into it.
Rain taking that low, good shot, and block at range. It's a response though, he'd found the first pick ahead of time. With Chris J falling and the bomb going down, it's advantage to Faze. Tapping away as well, Rops. He hits him to 14, but the last shot is the last laugh, and Rops gets it. He must be from range, finds the headshot. Bomb continues to tick away. The kit's in the hands of Dennis. And everyone, look at the amount of red right now on the CT side. Gets hit around the same time and same damage. Still they're holding on. Rob swings to find Alu. Nico's got to get aggressive, but he's not aggressive enough. Already Dennis has got the defuse. As mentioned, he had the kit, so Nico gets the kills. That's all good and well. They get a bomb plant down. He'll have money. The question is, do they force now or wait one more?
They could force now. With him getting the 3 frags at the end, he can drop an AK-47 for his teammates. They could buy up armor. Same story for Rain as well. Can drop an AK. They have Tech 9s, 2 AKs, armor. It's certainly an option, but that is a high-risk play. The other option, of course, is to force up AKs in the 3rd round. That's more conventional, and it looks like that's the option to go for. No exciting gambles at this point.
I almost wonder, with the 4 timeouts, is it worth it to call a timeout then to make the team think you're going to force buy and then just rush with the pistols?
Yeah.
Because then they would be sitting back and you'd easily get another bomb plant.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea at all. Tactical timeouts in more ways than one.
Yeah, I mean, Kerrigan's kind of known, well, he's known for some BM timeouts too, but for being quite clever with timeout usage.
Yeah, it's always a risk. And it's one that probably could have paid off there. But one to be. Robs should find a few frags here. There's 3. That's quite nice.
4 in total, and the ace.
Yeah. Won't get too excited considering he's got Glocks, but still, very
will.
You will.
I like yellow.
You're allowed to.
Thank you.
But I won't. But it was still a very nice, good display of aim and managing to deny the bomb as well. I don't think he doesn't look too excited with it. Even flipping out the bird right now. So, why not?
Unintentionally.
Yeah. But,
this one was, the 4th one was worth actually getting a little excited about.
Yeah. Denying the bomb, that's the big deal there. So that's good news. Normally, when you go with a solo player, that bomb will go down, but I see him doing a very good job there. We're going to number 18. Orbs coming out for Oscar. They know the AK is coming out in the 3rd, and they might be boosting on the server here. They will indeed. Dennis trying to work out if we can get that first pick. Nothing as of yet. This is a full default from Faze. Decent buy, to be fair. 5 AKs across the board. Smokes. A couple of Molotovs to work with as well. Some flashbangs there. Pre-firing. That's what Dennis was up, so it's a good job he fell back at the time he did. And the counter smoke from the CT side is to buy the CT side some time.
Just to give you an idea of team game versus individualism. For mousesports, pretty much everyone is equal. 16 the highest amount of kills for Rops, 10 the lowest for Chris J. On Faze Clan, it's Nico and Rain. 17 for Rain, 16 for Nico, and 5 for Kiyoshima at the bottom. So it's very uneven, which I think speaks to the scoreline and the fact that Nico, especially in the last round of the first half, stepped up in multiple occasions. Oscar can't quite hit the shot toward A main. Flash in, does a little peek off it. He's instead going to be patient because he doesn't know if they've entered already to go toward E-box, and he knows they have to cross. Doesn't quite have the angle to get the jump on the shot, but he could swing out behind them. He's pushing down the lane. Rain's ready for it. Flashed off. Lowell doesn't know, and when he goes, the vision's back, and the kill is made. The early buy is going to work. First gun, it's Rops versus 5.
Yeah, absolutely. Works. And then some. 5 players surviving. Faze Clan, pretty textbook round there. A few smokes deployed. Attacking the main choke points of the map. Main entrance, Pop Dog, Ivy as well, hitting the headshots. Aloe with 2 frags, starting to come to life perhaps here. Rain and Kerrigan, and it's just going to be Rops remaining, but he's by the old vending machines now. Get the music coming in.
I know, I always forget there's music down. I looked at my phone like, did I leave an alarm on?
No.
Did I use that? I think the most memorable music, even though it's not a commonly played map. What? Yeah, okay, maybe. I was going to say Italy.
Yeah.
Because it's everywhere. That guy singing opera.
Like when we seen those Thorin Chronicles bits, for some reason I would keep expecting it, the Inferno music in the background. Like that would make sense to me. Like keep looking at that video. I think that's the music that stands out for me most.
Well, that's where he's sitting, is actually in the vault.
Yeah, exactly. So I was expecting to hear it playing in the background. That would have been perfect. But no, not yet. We're going to, I guess I was removed for this version of Inferno, wasn't I? I don't seem to remember it when I've played it. Or heard it.
Yeah, good point, actually. I don't know if it's in this version or not. It's not something I like,
no, I'm always
search for
it's
or
like
actively
Spanish
look for.
That was in T-Spawn. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be there anymore. Anyway.
The bells aren't there either.
That's true. What a tragedy.
Yeah. There's an homage.
Yeah, the little chalk drawing. Well, for now, mousesports saving the M4 are down to an eco. Had some tight rounds, and Faze should be able to get back into this now. Alu starting to hit some decent old shots now. Takes down Oscar. Any other pistols? Rob's towards dinner. Trying to answer back with M44, but nothing to find just yet. So we have to Nico the one tap. That's quite lovely. I'll take that. I thought Dennis was going to strike back, but Carrigan's got his teammate covered.
Thankfully.
Using the buddy system.
It's true. Never go home alone at night. Oh, does get one back to grab an AK-47. M4 for Rops. Potential for save written on it. Minute. Well, I guess if you want to be technical. Bomb time to do so. Won't quite be a full minute. But that's the intended goal at this point in time. Lowell's got to be a little bit careful. Player at A main, he could be pushed, but we get to listen to the song again, Henry. That almost sounds like something we'd get in a restaurant, a traditional Polish restaurant here.
Yeah, I agree. Well, mousesports do manage to recover an AK-47. That's in the hands of Blau for now. Same story for Robs as well, but he didn't find that weapon. He saved us in the previous. It will be Faze closing the gap here. 10-9 will be the overall score. Second save loss bonus. With his saved weaponry as well, we should get a decent buy from mousesports. I don't think they can afford an AWP. Or they can just about. Chris J could either use one or drop one. Of course, was the primary AWP for so long on his team, but Oscar coming in, being the superstar he is, has taken over that main AWP role. Chris does purchase it, and he goes with armor as well. So does he give it to Oscar? I'm not sure just yet. Certainly capable of delivering a performance on this map. That's a nice shot from Ali. Like we said, had a few misses on this map. They're starting to wake up now. Nice little flick down. Chris J will be keeping the AWP, so we'll see where he can go with this one. Had a decent spawn as well. Doesn't commit towards Ivy. Just at the bomb train. Nothing too flashy. Looking towards main entrance, it seems.
All aggressive toward the E-box. Flashes over high from Rain. He's actually blinded himself with the way that bounced. Didn't really go to plan. Dennis will take down Rain. Kerrigan's going to follow up. Dennis has the same position, so he's got to be careful, Kerrigan. Oh, timing is everything. It nearly catches Dennis out this time. Kerrigan can't land the shots. Dennis is going to get closer as well with the smoke. He knows what Kerrigan's up to. He knows where he's playing. Death from above. 1979, if you want to be accurate on that one.
I knew you were going to say that.
Canadian band, I have to say it.
Yeah. Oh, 5-on-3 now. Nico, he has to be the danger man and step up here, but as Ali to strike first, Nico does go down. That's going to be the round concluded. Only one player survived. Kiyoshima so far, bomb down, 40 seconds, the position given away. Lau delivers the final headshot there, and after losing a couple in a row, having to eco, mousesports are fighting back there. Doing a very good job, picking up the secondary AWP as well for Oscar, of course, and just finding the frags. I have to say, Dennis has been impressing me. Like, he's a player who's had his criticism in the past, but this game has been pretty solid. Everyone's stepping up on mousesports here and delivering impressive performance. Everyone's in double figures. Chris J at the bottom at 11 and 14. Next to him will be Dennis on 14 and 15. Everyone else on 15 frags. So everyone chiming in at 1 point. Number 21, double AWP set up here. Chris J and Oscar trying to open things up. Still money available for Faze. Probably be their last buy. Maybe one more on the back, sitting the bomb possibility in Alu. Now he is hitting shots. Takes on Oscar at the upper ramp. 5 and 4. Do they fully commit? I think the answer is yes. All 5 players this side of the map, they want to get in there and get stuck in.
Rops certainly has stuck into that site. He's done very well. We got the ace there against pistols. This time gets 2.5. Dennis getting the follow-up, but Alu's gotten him in return, and Kerrigan's ready for the flank dink, however. So although it's a 2 versus 1, there's a chance for Chris J. Problem is he's on the AWP. I say it's a problem. Yet to be determined. Smoke off, no plant on B. He's read the fact that they've cowered away and gone back over to A, and his timing is perfect as well. If he can get in and get scoped in time, he could easily find the kills. Down goes Kerrigan. He was carrying the bomb. 1 versus 1, 59 seconds, and Lowell has to make a decision on, or excuse me, Alu has to make a decision on whether he plants or hunts AWP, and Alu lines it up. Foot shows. Faze pick it up. We've certainly got a match.
Yeah, we do indeed. That was such a tense round as well. Rob seems to be the king of that inside area. T-side and CT doing a great job there. 2 spray down, and he thought, okay, he's done enough, but Faze Clan do answer back, and And just comes down to the 2 versus 1. Chris J, great awareness, like you said. Here's the initial frag. Oscar taken down by Alu, who saves it in the end as well. Gets the first and last frag of round number 21. Scoreline now 11-10. Money pretty dire for mousesports once again. 5-7 for Lau. Dennis on the UMP. There is an AWP for Oscar. Same story for Chris J as well. So everything they've got towards the sniper rifles. No kits. Little to no utility. 1 smoke and an incendiary. That's it. This is a huge round. Faze Clan will just equal things up and put mousesports on the weekend. They can pick this one up.
Throwing flashbang.
Flash in. Push Alu back. They're going to pursue. He can't hit. And no one on his heels to trade immediately. Nico can't save his friend.
It seemed like he was in position to do so. I guess he was hoping he would overextend and try and pick up the weapon, but he actually just gets away after picking up the free frag on Alu there. 5 on 4. It's just what they needed. Especially the pistol. It's going to be sacrificial in that sense. It's not a huge deal if it goes down. You find the frag. That's amazing. And Oscar could find a second hit. Amazing. Takes down Kiyoshima as well. By himself. 5 on 3. Nightmare situation now for FaZe.
Rain. Back around toward Pop Dog. Molotov down to clear. Thinks better of it and decides to take a brawl straight up. No one down there. Little does he know. But he'll have heard the drop outside. Lowell from E-Box as Rain approaches closer and closer. Wide angle. Chris J hits Nico. Follow up from Rain. Now the peek from Lowell. He can't quite get the shot. He's shoulder baiting it back and forth though, and they bait Rain into a pretty well established crossfire. Mouse pick up a 2-point lead, or rather regain a 2-point lead.
Very good work from the CTs there. Up against it with the double AWP setup, forced around that with SMGs, pistols as well. Key frag towards main entrance, finding Alu, who's been fallen inside in the second half. He's looked much better, I have to say. Opening picks are plenty, and once he was taken down, it funneled everyone towards inside. And you know what? That's what Oscar's waiting. That secondary AWP hits the shot, and the 5 on 3 comes in, funnels them once again towards outer. And at that point, nothing really could do. FaZe are out of it, and it has to be a full eco there. Looking very likely to be 13-10 in favour of mousesports. Plenty of money to work with here as well. They win this round, so this is looking very good for them. FaZe Clan 0-2 in a major. Sure, talk about all the success you won at the previous events, but this is the one everyone cares about. This is what everyone aspires to win. This tournament will be such a tricky situation to get out of so early on.
Alu's grouped and ready. Kerrigan the only one that's not looking toward A main. He's heading down toward Ivy at this point. Decent shot, Chris, but no land. Certainly sends loud warning to Kerrigan that I probably with a pistol shouldn't go toward Ivy.
Smoke. Laying down smoke. Throwing fire.
Wouldn't be surprised if Oscar just fires in and wall bangs them at this point. They've been so long. Instead, it's going to be the can of flames. That'll slow them down further.
Yep.
Deploying flashbang.
And all roads at this point lead to A. Good setup as well. Dennis off, and Lowell can bump out and do exactly that. Only manages 2, but Dennis follows up. As does Oscar. No chance to get a bomb plant from FaZe.
No chance at all. There it is, 13-10. We do have money to buy for FaZe Clan here. That was a full eco, as you can see. Their attempts to go outside thwarted there by the flames, and 30 seconds remaining. It's grouping up. Given the EV spray down, as we did say as well, mousesports with reasonable cash. Not amazing amounts. FaZe Clan win this round. They're right back into this game, but you can see Kerrigan. He's got the Tech 9, and they're down to the Gorilla as well. I assume Kerrigan dropped an AK-47, considering he's spending $4,700. He wants to give a star, a weapon, potentially Rain or Nika, make sure they're fully equipped. He's happy to take the Tech 9. Normally a player that's faking towards Ivy to showing presence. It's not the fastest around, but Kiyoshima going for the inside presence at the very start. He's got teammates with him as well. Ashley's coming in towards the lower round. This could be the inside execution here. All the smokes towards connector, lower ramp, upper as well. Trying to focus on the player Rops, who has been very good in this area, I have to say. We'll see now with the AK-47, can he do even more damage?
He's playing a little more of a passive angle this time. He's not quite up hugging the inside of the plant position, or default plant position at that. Flames down. He'll be pushed out by an equal Molotov thrown his direction, but he gets up on top of the train. He's not damage to those entering, but he's overlooked the position because they march through the flames. And a dance to the gods of fire will allow the kill. But gets one back bomb, goes down. Faze will be desperate to hold it. Over his 4 in the retake. Dennis starts to work above the tanker, looks down the lane, but Lowell finds Kerrigan instead. That opens up the position for him to jump across, but he jumps into Rain, who's still watching from the hitch, found by Chris.
In the area.
They know where Alley is as well. That's one of 2 found. He's on top of the train. He's on top of it, though, which means the top won't hit him, which means he can re-peek, and in re-peeking, he'll find 2.
Cool. Took the right target to start that. Didn't go for the AWPer, and the CT player, Chris J, pulls his pistol out. Can't deny the spray of the kill AWPer at 13-11. That's quite huge for Faze. It could have been game over if they lose that round. Certainly wasn't the cleanest of rounds, but taking down Robs to push down, everything was correct in that sense. A little bit dicey towards the end there in the 2-on-2 situation, but they pull through. Did save the money from mousesports and wasn't in an amazing position, but they will force into this. I've seen the AWPs come out. Amethyst as well. And let's see what the final verdict is. We still have the $5,700 on Oscar as well. He has not even purchased into this round. So presumably they've taken a pause here. Mousesports to work out what the players. Actually, Faze Clan has called this one. Their 3rd out of the 4 available. Number 25, just joining us. This is the 0-1 game. Important for these 2 teams as well. Both legendary sides and looking to do what they can here. Faze Clan especially, going down 0-2 in here, that would be a huge deal considering the form we saw in the group stages at Cologne, right? That was when they had to go through the very last round, and it was touch and go considering the way they were playing at that tournament.
I said the word slump. That's probably a stronger word than required, but definitely a drop in form.
Yeah, I think it was a correct word. Either way, Ray, he gets the first frag there. This is the 4 spy from mousesports, final 4. And so into number 25 here. No kits available for mousesports, just a note as well, and limited. It's up to Chris J now, the AWP, to try and get them back in this round.
So Kerrigan had jumped across to give Ali the angle from the dumpster. Dennis is watching Ivy, but he's inside of the smoke. 3 players from Faze want the position. Keo goes aim in there for, and Rain already down the ladder. Pop Dog is going to try and work in. Make the split a possibility. All the utility being deployed at Ivy. Chris isn't exactly sure where to look. He thinks he may have to give support to Dennis, but he's the main gun at the front of the site. He needs to keep his intentions clear. The only thing clear was a bullet to the brain as Rain walks out from Pop Dog. Oscar, stuck in hell, strikes back though. He takes down Kerrigan at close range. Dennis does the same on 2. It's Kiyoshima. A kill that evens things up, but in the flurry of the exchange, makes up for the deficit by which was overcome on the mousesports side.
Yeah, and bomb down as well, 30 seconds remaining. Dennis with the AWP. He's actually in a decent position. He can look at the bomb. Robs, though, needs to buy himself more time there. Dennis had that one set up for him. Made them work for the bomb. Then Rob shows his hand. I feel like that's a bit of a mistake, but that smoke could be a lifeline. Dennis can in this round.
That's a huge blunder, but Rain reads it. Swings out, hits the shot, 13-12. Money on the other side of things now is broken, so mousesports had an advantage at 13-11, or rather 13-10, excuse me. And Faze have returned serve, broken them down, and have a chance to tie the game late. Better late than never, but it's still not comfortable for Faze.
Absolutely. I feel like Rob's could have done.
Full save I think has to be in order because they're at 2K, but they'll want to buy in the next.
Definitely. Yeah, you wouldn't force this. You've got the 2-round loss bonus, and it's not match point, you don't have to force. We'll see what they can do though. 1 PP50 purchase. And they will be stacking towards outer, 1 on the inside bomb site. Faze Clan very slow in their approach here. Nico and Kerrigan working towards Ivy and getting the first pick. This will tie things up at 13-13. Ali finds the 3rd, and that should be the round done. Not really much mousesports to do about this.
Spots entrance toward E-Box. Nades go down on the ladder as well. Lowell gets damaged tremendously by that. AK picked up, bomb down, do some economic damage at the very least, but they're going to swarm him and win the round either way. And they do it without losing anyone further. So now we have our 13-13 scoreline. Guns carried over, money built for Faze side. And the full save, as you said, only with 2 rounds. Now the third puts them around the 4K mark on the CT side, which isn't enough for an AWP. No one's got the money for it. Actually, Dennis could, to be fair, but it'd be glass cannon. And I think I'd rather have utility this late in the game to slow Faze.
4K on average for a player. They do have 4,900 on Dennis. Could afford to take another eco here. Look at the bigger picture. Get the full buy, the double orbs is working very well for them. That does put Faze Clan in touching distance of the victory. It'll be 14-13. Looks like they'll be going all in. Dennis makes the first move. M4's coming out. Oscar down to a UMP here. He's money about the 2K mark. So the AWPers at least hoping they can pull through with this round. We're just limited by. So Chris J saves his money about 3K as well by the 5-7 armor. They lose this round and know they can bring the AWPs out into the next. That'll be the final chance for them. But here we go. 2 M4s, make it 3, and a UMP. They do anything special here? Well, not as of yet. As Nico finds the first kill. Very fast approach from Faze. They're going to find the second frag.
Down goes Lowell, and Kiyoshima gets inside towards Sandwich, smokes toward Ivy as well for Chris and Dennis to contend with. Chris only on the 5-7. Has 1 of 2 kits. This should be a save. If they want to play the long game and pull themselves back into it, they concede the lead by 1 point to Faze in doing so. But they'll give themselves a much better chance in the next round. Their only chance, to be honest, in the next round. And they'll spread out as well. That way, if they are found, there's no chance of all of them losing weapons.
Indeed. If they save the weaponry here, with Chris J with money in the bank as well, he can bring out the AWP, and I guess this is pretty much like eco in this round. If they can save these 2 weapons, they'll be, well, should be fine, I should say. The Faze can take the lead now. Been a very back and forth game. Faze not looking at dominant cells, but Alu, he has been hitting shots in this second half. Finds Chris J. What a huge deal into the 5-7. Still limits him. Dennis does manage to stay alive there just about as he finds Nico. It's going to be 14-13 now. Lots of money available for Faze Clan. Not almost a non-issue at this stage as well. They're all encroaching on 5 figures. Orbs coming out for Oscar. This will be it now. Everyone's fully invested. 3 M4s, a famous AWP. Dennis with the AK-47 as well. Faze Clan looking to close this game out. Overtime very likely at this stage as well, I'll just point out.
It's definitely a possibility.
Ooh, hit him.
Certainly did. Alu's tagged down to 18.
Grenade out.
So Oscar, if you
Fire in the hole.
will, has won the exchange. Keo and Nico going to work together at top ladder.
Deploying flashbang.
Oh, Liz down below, flashed, popped in case they dropped. Hoping to time it right, they haven't. Palm's still down as well toward the stairs at T-spawn. So Faze will have to go back and gather that, but for now it's information. It's all about information. Keo's tagged on 59, by the way, as well as Alu, so they've lost the early damage. Keo's left Nico to his own devices to guard what, to be fair, is quite easy to guard, the top of the ladder.
Incendiary. Flashbang.
Rain will throw a Molotov out. Bounce it straight down on the inside of Pop Dog. Spreads quite well, actually, because Lowell is actually being tagged by it. It's forced all the way in. It's very well thrown from Rain, and that's perfect because Rain's flames hits, and if they don't, they spray into the corner, the only place Lowell could have gone.
Yeah, that's really cool. I like that a lot. 5 and 4 now. Still low HP. This could fall apart for Faze, but they'll be finishing off towards the side. As I normally said, Carrigan, he's towards Ivy, trying to do what he can, but Rain hitting shots once again. It's up to Oscar now, the AWP. Rotates in. Needs to find something here. I think Alex spotted him and hits him as well.
Nearly gets the kill all the way through. Oscar, AWP still in play as Dennis took down Alu. Bomb planted. Point for Faze if they can hold the post plant positions. Chris J is going to make that harder, and he's going to rotate all the way back through CT at this point, or is he considering the save?
I think he is. He must be.
That's an interesting call with Oscar so close and so much on the line. Chris has called for it. Oscar's going to miss another shot. I was going to say, if he got another kill, giving them a real chance. He's got to run. He's got to book it. With the AWP, they're going to be chasing him down. That's a weird call from Chris. I have to say that's very early.
It is very early. With Oscar in that position, you're absolutely right. He just gets 1 kill at least, being CT score, press the strike if required. Rain with 3 kills there. I thought we had a few more twists and turns in that round, but that's going to be a match point now for Faze.
Oh, they got him. He was in the open.
The AWP down as well. That's a disaster. They still have 6k for Dennis. He'll probably drop the AWP over. Still not looking too good now. 1 round away. Faze will be 1 and 1. mousesports will be 0 and 2. Pressure is on. 2 to take us to overtime now. Now, of course, for the AWP. Final buy comes in. UMP for Robs. Famas for Lau. AK-47 for Chris J then. Love that play from Faze, just getting towards inside after getting the first pick there. Lovely play with the Molotov towards Hot Dog. There's another fast outside execution there. It's going to be just carrying by himself for now. He loves to be baiting these plays out. His teammates when he was outside. If he gets 1 kill, that's the cue, even if he goes down as well. He hasn't been that convincing on these plays. Ivy last round as well, went down straight away. Trying to pull rotation short, but very rarely finds kills.
Oscar and Rops stand tall for mousesports, leaves it down to just Nico. Finally, they firmly control around. Remember, they were back and forth at the start of the half. We went 3-3 to start it off, and then 2 rounds for Mouse. Looks like they had the momentum because that's when they broke Faze. But this run of 5 has made things awkward. Important, therefore, they keep all 5 alive. Or 4.
Yep.
Keep 4 alive.
Keep all 4 alive. Well, we'll see if Nico finds anything in this round. I don't think he will. It's almost redundant, even limiting that much. They're going to keep 4 players alive regardless. But there it is. We're going to round number 30. That was the outside fake there. Not so much a fake, just Carrigan, as we said, on T-side train, and most maps in fact as well. He likes to go towards certain positions, key choke points about by himself, smoke out, a few swings with his teammates as well, and he'll try and get his way and navigate towards the bomb site, try and get that 1 pick. If he gets it, it looks amazing, because then he pulls the rotation from inside, his teammate's ready towards inner, and the previous round he does towards Ivy when they're ready to do the same thing, but didn't really work out for in that previous one. They get the first kill, then Rops stepping up towards inside with the UMP, gets 2 frags, wins a round. As I said, overtime, very likely indeed. The coaches now are able to chime in. Nothing really being said by LMBT though, from what I can see. Very quiet there. Maybe they've already got the game plan in mind. They're on the CT side, so double orb setup coming out once again. Chris J and Oscar with those weapons, of course. Alu, same story. Kiyoshima, 8 kills, 18 deaths. He has had a very quiet game. I thought it was because it was CT side, but T side hasn't really delivered too much either.
Yeah, he's definitely not on form right now. 8 kills total.
Throwing grenade.
And 3 kills since we last mentioned it. 30 kills, meanwhile, for Rain.
That's not bad.
Yeah, player of the game. Still doesn't exactly make up for one player not hitting shots. Kyo being said player. This time you could argue he is the problem. And he's going to go back out to Oscar. He slow peaked this last time.
Yeah, surely learned his lesson.
Oscar's playing an even tighter